nze Selector Williams live Uganda webale kujja kundaba n'olunaku lwa leero. Olunaku lwa leero lwa Sunday bwe nkoledde video eno era nga obudde buno essaawa ziizo mu Uganda ziri dakiika 15 ezise ku saa 12 era video eno egenda kutwala eddakiika ntono nnyo bwe zinaawerera eddakiika 45 nja kuba nzinyize stop. Music is music definitely, and today I come to talk about music as an art. Ebbanga limaze nga nvuga okwetolola ekibuga Kampala nkizudde nti ebika bya music ebyenjawulo olunaku lwa leero nyongedde okizuula definitely because I take time to listen to different kinds of music styles of genres. Abantu ba producing nga music mu Uganda, mu East Africa n'ensi yonna okutwalira wamu nga bamuproducing olw'ensonga nyingi nnyo era bw'owuliza music okutandikira mu myaka gy'abiri n'owuliza music okutuuka 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 80s music yajjanga akyuka. Fortunately or unfortunately abantu baproducing nga music mu myaka giri gyasokera ddala for leisure. People who used to create music as an art used to produce it as a hobby. They used to perform, record as a hobby, and people consumed the music mainly for leisure or even in terms of mourning, sorrow and etc. Mufunze music yono katonda bwe yali amutunda yatuyamba ekintu kimu kyokka nti kyekintu kyekika kya art kyokozesa mu kiseera kyonna omwagalidde. Later on music yono n'atandika okufuuka omulimu abamuproducing nga okunyumirwa ng'okukozesa talanta katonda gye yabawa bo bamukolanga nga bajjayo kyonna ne bakimalayo obudde bwe bateekangamu. Okulima kwedda mmwe temwalimako naye ffe twalima. Okulima kwedda omuntu yajjanga n'akeera ku makya nga teri amutumye ng'anoonya mmere era nekituuka ekiseera nga okulima yardstick epimirwako omukyala anaafumba. Olina okuba n'omusiri gwa lumondo, musiri gwa lumwogo, musiri gw'ebinyeebwa, musiri gw'ebijanjaalo ewajjajja eggomba n'ekafumu nga balina bajjajja ngeri gye bakolamu ebintu passionately era ne bibeerawo. These days okulima kwafuuka okw'ettunzi era abantu bakukola as a business for entrepreneurship. Kati okulima ogenda okulaba nga nako kuyina ebiyingiddemu kubanga gufuuse mulimu okuvuganya kujjamu n'ebirala. Mpuliriza music mungi nnyo ebbanga lye mmaze ku nsi okuva olutandika okuwuliriza music. Ne leero mu mmotoka nze mpuliriza ebika bya music bingi. Ne mpuliriza Zambia obw'emyaka gy'ana 5, 6, 7 okutuuka mu 8 kuba Anna Mwale we baafulumiza excuse me Anna Mwale muwala mu Zambia ennaku zino ali German. Mpuliriza music wa Nigeria from 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s up to the days of Onyeko Nwenu when they released super hits such as Hallelujah Tumle mwenda mugamba ti Malaya Fumbe. Mpuliriza music wa Cameroon okuva 3, 4, 5, 6 okutuukira ddala mu 7, 8, 9 close to 80s, listening to the hits of late Bebe Manga. Bebe Manga yafa omwakazi oyo yafa mu 2010. Then ne Marian Gold Sounds Band eyafulumya Kibezangalia Zamina Mina AA, and later on Sam Fan Thomas who released Makasi, an album consisting Makossa style okumuli Africa Typical Collection, Nenge Makasi, Gelenge Tuwe n'endala nyingi nnyo. Mpuliriza music wa Gabon okutuukira ddala ku mwegwe mumanyi Gabon Star yayimba oluyimba olwa Celebrate ng'agamba Katonda bw'aba agambye kibeere ani asobola kigaano kigamba munyu muntu bwana ikole mwaikole, that is bane mumulinywerako na ttondo. Mpuliriza music wa Zimba Zimbabwe mu Shona Kingdom in Zimbabwe, definitely nyumba z'amayinja okutuuka ddala mu myaka gy'ensanvu ba Uncle Tuku nga batekinze over n'ennyimba nga Neria Todi. Mpuliriza music wa nsiiki Democratic Republic of Congo, definitely okuvira ddala mu eri emabega okutuuka we twatandise okulowooza nti Congo bayimba 1961 Savomo sabuni ya savo ya kitoko, of course mbu sabuni, of course kali kalanguka omo. Mpuliriza music wa Trinidad and Tobago, Venezuela, Barbados jibaza Rihanna, St. Vincent jibaza Judy Boucher, okubitala eri wala okutuka wetukire eno music ngagenza okufuna good feel kuba Logic Kitchina, Ready Plastic Bag, Burning Flames, music wa Samba from Brazil, music wa West German, group ajita Mr. President, another group is Boney M, omwali abajamaika nga Liz Michelle, Masha Barre, Maisie Williams, no guy gubazala kazinga alba yafanya kuzomeza 13 December 2010 nga nonyachi test says enjawulo bano bo bakolanga batya South Africa njiwuliriza okutandikira ddala eri kuba guy wakola zimarabi so name one of the pioneers guy yafenda kwezo wa Black Lady Smith and Black Mambazo abaso ko consume or producing music as an art bam producing anga as a hobby wholeheartedly ngolofulumye ekintu yes naye music gyakomye okubanga jja nava mu Aretha Franklin by Elvis Presley natuuka by Whitney later on by Jennifer Lopez, kale later on by Shola kale later on Britney Jean Spears, later on Selena Gomez, later on Adele. Now tutanzo losing a track when you listen to songs of Nigeria, they are almost the same rhythm patterns, same melodies, same approaches. All is about TV Sound City, all about City TV in Ghana. You watch Africa, Trace Africa, you watch Trace Urban. Whenever they play African music, we sing the same way. You can tell. It is good to have an identity, but when you overcopy and paste, chitama kanve na katudde mu Uganda yali ebaddeko y'amaanyi mu East Africa one, especially in the days of Chameleon and Bebe Cool, Clear Cut, Peter Mouse and Menshan. We lost it along the way. Many African countries lost music, both as an art, again as a hobby, and as a business. 3 times we lost music. Omuntu lero akamutemako omutwe definitely waliwo kibayita ekiwalazima. We kind of survive. Naye tugenda. Why? How did we lose it? Bw'otunuulira music wabali gwe badde nga bakola in the days of Central Volcano, Crane Band, Peterson Ntebi and the Thames, Susanna Band and etc. The days of Ekla Kawalia, Christopher Sbaduga baligidde waliwo bagayi bange abatera okunkubira nga bali bweru ne banzijukiza abantu bangi nnyo abali mu music business for tali oba music has a talent or a hobby. Music ava ku mutima naye waliwo ekitutwala ennaku zino ekitumalira obudde, and unfortunately we may fail to produce other stars in Uganda. I'll particularly focus on Uganda because even other countries are facing their issues. They have their issues definitely. By nebizibu byabwe. Naye let me focus so much on Uganda as my motherland. You take time to listen to TV stations, watch TV stations, especially in the evening and lunchtime and a little bit of mid-morning. You watch videos on TV stations, you watch, but there are not many music videos you would want to watch again. Not many of them. Good enough, we have many VJs or DJs and VJs. They come and play. It is casual music of more of casual. So like I said, now South Africa now by issues. Take time and watch Trace Africa. Bafulumia, then there is Mapiano, which is bringing more some good life in their music. and there is some genk in Tanzania that is kind of fused with flavor, bongo flavor and tarab, which is kind of redeeming them up to now to have the. But Ugandan is I don't know what we produce. Sometimes we produce good songs, but I don't know what we produce. We produce things that can take us for breakfast. We produce sometimes salads, sometimes we produce garnish, sometimes we produce starters, but we fail to produce a main course. I'm not blaming directly the songwriters or arrangers and composers, not the programmers, producers, music, the sound engineers who do mix and mastering, but I blame us all. The time we invest while creating crafts, the brains we invest while producing music, even the finances. Actually, most of the time wekanga ba artists baffe mu Uganda ne management zaabwe bateekamu sente nyingi nnyo than obwongo n'obudde. Mu Uganda and other countries definitely, naye I'm so much onto Uganda. Mu Uganda management eri willing okuteekamu sente nyingi nnyo than obwongo n'obudde okuleeta good work. On a Sunday like this, people would say, but KFM drives me home or keeps me home safely, because KFM is playing those ballads of the 90s, of the early 2000s, and of the early actually they play 80s, 90s, 2000, early, okay, up to 2005, or a little bit of 6 and 7 and 8 in the days of One Step at a Time, Jordan Sparks, Departed, Right Here, Departed, Norwood, Brandy, Long Distance Brandy, Heaven Sent, the girl she's called, Keisha Cole, Castova Yao. It is until when you go for a Bruno Mars, a little bit of Justin Drew Bieber, you'll need a John Legend, you'll need an Adele. Music si mungi nnyo ali eno gw'osobola okuwuliriza when you want to be at ease. The reason is simple. Omulembe guno bwe gukuze guyina music gwe gwagala, naye music oyo gwe gwagala aganya otutuula mu mitima. It is the fact. Mwina gwe mwagala music. Fe abamu abakaddiye envi ezituli ku bulevu tuyingide mu generation yammwe tuze ne President Museveni atuleese kati mukuba. I remember in the days of Good Life, Juliana Kanyomo's, Grace Nashimira, in the days of Ameria, Abogesi Babao, you used to play those songs because between 2000 and 2000 flattened 2000 up to 10, 11 bwabayinga olina okuba ne story nga nebojjanga gweyanga mulo. These days is no longer about a story. It is about some vulgar words, a little bit of kuwemula mukatono weyambule. However, n'abedda baali beyambula, n'abedda bayimbanga bubi. Si buli muntu ayayimba edda nti yayimbanga bituufu. Tuwalinanga abantu abawemula nedda edda bawangayo nga bawemula nga bambala bubi, Patra abo pale boyo mu Jamaica nga bukoma muno. So wabanga wabalungi n'ababe. These days also we have the likes of Nava Gray, Bruno K, tulina abana nga bayimba, and not everyone will sing ballads, but even when you choose to sing tulina sente abakazi bagala sente, you need another song, a Minzan song of kinds. Kati I don't know what is happening these days. Nti Boba Bebe Cool, Bobby Wine Chameleon, Baziza Bafana webajirawo nga bali mu back to life. Baziza Bafana actually even when they teamed up with King Saha ne bayimba be bantu baffe. These days we are so much into ekigenda amangu, because there are many TV stations, there are many radio stations, and many people from Umcat, many people from Buganda Royal who have done music, who have done journalism. They are so much on radio, they are scattered, splashed everywhere on TV. So internalizing what they put on air, tebikyaliwo nnyo. Kyengambye kiti nti ffe tuyingire mu mulembe gwammwe, nini tukuyingiramu, maybe tulina kusigala eri oba ne president waffe Museveni. But let us try as well to produce some sensible music. Let us create music that has substance. Let us try to create music that will inspire DJs and radio programmers, schedulers, to play even when you don't give them money. The reason as to why you so much onto the DJs on TV, DJs on radio, music schedulers and programmers to put in money for your song to play is because you don't have substance attached to your music. It is not a good song. I have artists I like in Uganda. Nava Grey. Unfortunately, she has never handed me her song. I make sure I look for her song because always she produces good songs. I like the approach of Bruno K of late. She has those collaborations with Palazzo and Dadandre. I end up getting clean. I would love to listen to such songs. I would love to listen to songs of Levikson. He is having a collaboration with Grace Morgan in Beira. I'd like to listen to songs like Feeling. However, Feeling, a duet by Lydia Jasmine alongside Granite Official, is having some Luganda grammar errors. However, people on radio, on TV, they are so much not into those details of grammar. Is not proper. Would be better. But since we don't have a big pool from which to pick many good songs, we just have drops in an ocean. We end up playing it at number 3 on UG Top 20 because you look around, there's not so many good songs. You'll end up miraculously getting hold of Mbera by Grace Morgan and Levikson, Weekend by Eddie Kenzo, Aliwa by Nava Grey and Bruno K, Ekiteso by Flona, Sasi Kunyama by Winwaj. Not many. That's why you will end up playing Feeling, which is having some Luganda grammatical errors, but it is a good song. It has good rhythmic patterns and melodies. You'll end up playing it, but what they ought to do is to make sure they correct such mistakes or errors to avoid weaknesses in songs. I am not saying that it is only in Uganda where we find songs having issues. No. Many songs across the continent of Africa and the world over have issues. If you take time to navigate through songs that Nigeria is able to produce on a daily, you realize nti banji mwe muwulirako buwulize eno Wizkid ne muwulira abantu balina ennyimba enfu mu Nigeria, abantu balina ennyimba enfu mu Ghana, abantu balina ennyimba enfu mu Ivory Coast. Naye Uganda, lwaki Uganda, Nigeria, South Africa, these days Burundi and Rwanda and Tanzania and a little bit of Kenya, kubanga mwe mwesimye kumpi mwe mwetika Africa when it comes to talent and producing good music, and it is upon you perfecting. It is upon African countries which are so much onto the platform of perfection to make sure that they avoid weaknesses and errors, because people benchmark so much on what Uganda has produced, Nigeria has produced, South Africa has produced. When we produce bad or songs or crafts or productions that have issues, people will copy bad music, bad examples to to produce in countries like Cape Verde, Angola, Namibia, Botswana. It is what David has been able to produce. Since it is David who has produced this song, since it is Nasibu Abdul Juma that is Diamond Platnumz from Tanzania, maybe it is okay, maybe it is good, maybe it is perfect. Since it is Ed Kenzo that has come up with such a song, abantu bali tubachamya tubabuza. Another thing is, jumping on a bandwagon makes Ugandan artists and other artists across the world to produce fake pieces. Yeah, because when you don't sound like Kapakat or Rachel Ray, or you're not good. I like the approach of Dada Andre when he chose to write songs, clean pop songs for Nina Rose. Nina Rose was so much, yes, they used to cheer you up. Naye ng'ovaako man, ng'ovaako bakubira enduulu. Yes, waliwo omwana ono abaddewo ennaku zino Butida baka abasajja banyuma. Kati you know what normally happens with TV stations doing entertainment and radio stations shows doing entertainment, journalism or gossip or news. Boba kuolinga Fresh Mazike, they say, oh yo basa akanya. But at the end of the day, you don't have substance attached to your work. Baba kulimba. In no time, Fresh Mazike will be done. In no time, ochiraba. Tetumanyi kuyamba kugamba nti Nina Rose gwongere y'omunda ddala is not better. It is unfortunate that I'm even taking it to you through my lenses here. Naye some songs, and I struggled a lot because I work for Radio Sapiens as a station manager program and a person who does a countdown on a weekly basis. I don't know, not a weekly, every weekend on Saturday. That is 8 a.m. to 11 a.m. I have a music show where I do commentary and analysis, and the first hour of the show is about the top 20 songs of Ugandan artists and songozi, which means we try to give you platform. But I struggled with the first songs of Nina Rose because I listened to the songs before they go on air. I could listen and I'm like, I wish they didn't add this. And I am telling you, this minority stations, TV and radio stations, you undermine, and some personalities are the people who make music in Uganda. So I'll tell you, Nina Rose bakola bulungi nnyo okumakinga sure nti avaayo eri. Nali ndi awo ng'aleese ntinkankutinke. I was like, yes, Billboard kipande. These days he is having obwomwoyo and enyonta. Obuyimba buli clean, simple, precise. We may have issues with Daddy Andre's music because is sometimes the music is similar to songs of Nigerian artists, but it is okay because at the end of the day, no one is able to produce 100% unique productions. No. So Daddy Andre from your buntunga buli clean, buli simple, nebukuyambako tawemula. You can be a good artist even when you're not vulgar. Wala kavuka kalake njagala wakaita Fefe Busi. He does good freestyles. Afulumya pieces ze buli wemula. Otumenya, otulemesa okuzanya nyimba zo. Era I will encourage Karo Kasita to use the talent she has properly without going overboard or below the belt. Buli wemula abantu bagoba mu ddiiro. Baka jjako ebinyimba by'oyo mwana agenda okuwemula abaana. Pipa bali mu meeting ya mbaga oba kwanjula tuleete gundi zoyo mwana temumundetera ku mukolo gwa mwana wange. Kyokero balwema gye bajje ssente bakasuli kusasa gye bajje ssente. Why am I saying all this? I don't get time to do consultancy for many artists of Uganda. And not everyone is listening to my radio show, or not everyone watches me when I get an opportunity to be on Uncut, Sabula, or have a feature on NBS Prime News. So I use this opportunity and platform where I have, which I have on YouTube, and people to be able to pick. I was talking to someone in my office on Saturday yesterday. nemugamba nze bino bintu sibikola ku mulimu, mbikola as a passion. So nja kusaba nnyo tulekerawo kubuukira ku band wagon. Not everyone is supposed to produce raga music, and at the end of the day dance music or dancehall music does not necessarily get limited to genres of raga and disco. Songs like Young Man You're Too Gali Gali za benyiba naye nga tezidduka. Other songs of Mother She Wrote bajamaica balina ekintu ekibakoona. There is a song by Ray Signature is called Corner. I listen to funny songs. Kasaluba Unique, Waru Malaika by Vinka, many dance songs. Ninga the genre is not beyond the elasticity nti ogende yambulewe kubewo. There is another song. Baby Cool has several of them, and many raga artists. I like Cindy afulumya akayimba nga kakali. There is Sunset Boom Party, many of them. Shiba obadde kimanyi nti Shiba tawemula nnyo ne bwaba tunagamba nti ayinamu ezivaako. Ajja n'ayimba obuyimba bwe kati is having Njira Love by Hands Summer Soldier. Such good Waru guy on Black Man, Joe Steady. Okimanyi nti Chameleone tawemula, but he's one of the best artists we have in Uganda, if not number one. Juliana yawemula, Mario Mdogere yawemula. But these days we have an issue of okuwemula okususe. Another thing is, way forward would be encouraging more record labels in Uganda, but record labels don't have strategy management and administration ways of bringing their own artists without being manipulated by the existing stakeholders, especially in the media. Fulumya artist wo and you tosuubira okufulumya music mu Uganda ngogera kusatisfying buli muntu ali ku radio ne TV. No, not every song will be able to be played on all radio stations and TV stations and to be written about in all mainstream or tabloids. Ebyo nsobi bye bakola omudako oluyimba anti bwe nalufulumiza kati selector ayinza okuba ye in opinion ye ng'omuntu and Radio Sapiens as a station police ya Radio Sapiens kati lufitingayo and selector yenga sibi ayagala. It does not necessarily mean that even Dembe FM cannot play that song. Kati muli misled by we on TV and radio. And you find managers of record labels intimidated by media personalities, by fellow artists. Go where business, you came to do what? We have had artists like Irene Nambiru nga akola yenga bwayagala. They may have issues, weaknesses, challenges and mistakes they have made along the way, because no one is perfect, even me who is talking to you right now. Nitosola gamba until you record songs and produce songs. Being advised is okay. Consultancy, seeking consultants is okay, or advice or counsel. Like you go to do what? I'll continue to give examples of Nava Gray, Kenneth Mugabe, Bruno K, Moskiria, Abasalo to be that way. There is this gentleman, I have issues with him when it comes to the choice of words and statements. It's in most of his songs. Gravity omutuju. Whatever nogamba gravity. But he has been consistent and persistent. Obaje ebiri mumanyi. People will come and say, Ruga for banya hip hop gwakola si mutufu. Na ye yabeere gravity. And the audience is always there to welcome you and embrace you. These days, DJs, radio presenters, personalities, shaders and compilers, and people on TV or elsewhere, entirely in the media fraternity, are discouraging people to produce good music. Different radio stations and media houses twina music policies and target different niches or target audiences. Kati ate nange nenjagala ate gwe nkuscoringiremu target audience yange ne niche gyempeereza. Demographics differ abantu ebika by'abantu n'empisa zaabwe n'abantu betuweereza banjawulo. You will find an artist nga ye music gwa producing tasaana ku super, which means demographics za Super FM oba Sapiens oba Kaboozi oba Beat FM sisizo. Leave that aside. Kireke, produce your music. Now you produce music according to what Selector Williams likes. You produce music according to a station likes. No. There are a number of other radio stations are already ready to take on your music. There are songs is producing it by some artists. Radio stations as you'll find issue. You'll take time to find Matthias Mulumba Warukagasa, mayor of Chengera, playing on Capital FM. Warukagasa sobodde kuchimakinga mu music. You'll find I recently had David Lutalo playing on Capital FM, and I had Chris Evans' song play on Capital on a certain Sunday and called him Nemugama Man. Was like, you be consistent. Some stations take time to play some songs. You find Beat FM taking their time to play a song. For example, when you listen to stations like Super FM, they are so much in 2 fast tempos. Don't create a fast tempo song because you want to satisfy Super. Their target audience is, personally on Radio Sapientia, I have only two music shows Monday to Sunday. Mbera music shows bili zokka. Morning, evening. But Galaxy ina several. Before you concentrate so much on satisfying Selector Williams and Radio Sapientia, a station that has only 2 music shows, think about stations that play more music. You'll watch Face TV and the Magic playing more music compared to some TV stations. How about when you consider playing so much on Face and Magic than stations where you find issues to play? Because they are not so much into playing your songs, they have other programs. Those record labels have failed to make it in Uganda. Just a few of them are trying. Especially record label with General Laws and Togeda kusoso wanyazanyo talent acquisition, development and management. A record label is not so much limited to talent management. Record label Madi Dogo Jerrycan. You have publishing, distribution. Record labels I'll produce another video centered on what a record label. I have some 2 videos that I made some 1 month ago. Because people are supposed to only have managements, but they claim to be record labels when they don't have the do's and don'ts for a record label. You ought to have a strong vision and mission. You need to stand on to your objectives and goals if you want to make it as a record label. Of recent, I've realized that in Africa there are many registered so-called record labels, but in real sense they are not. Way forward is what? These days, mukifo ky'okufaayo ennyo ku kukola associations ennyingi to get money from Afande Salim Saleh, faayo nnyo ku your way forward regarding your continuity as an artist. Some artists are still too young, that is, they have many years of practice in this business of music or showcasing your talents. Bino mbyogera passionately. Obira onokola countdown ne kubowa nobulanga countdown yekutamye yes unayinga days of good life ngekube nyimba noziteka kwambe yes these days wekanganga tosobolera ddala kunyumirwa countdown kuba abantu radio presenters by discouraging abantu from producing good song enyimba nati terudduka, it is not having chidduka nati a good song is a good song. That's why Ade Conley and entire management of Simi were able to produce a duduke piece mwenane muluzindako mwe oluyimba ne lwasooba kati tuganya creating different parts for different artists kati fena tuli mu kafuko nosanga bayimbe nanti oyina okuzanya mu show ya gundi oyina okuzanya mu show ya gundi kakati oyina kukubira wa gundi kubanga bw'okubira wa producer gundi ye mukwano gwa DJ gundi kati ye gwa kyo kwagala kati bonna ne ba producinga music afaanagana. This Selector Williams Live Uganda. Thank you very much for watching me. I remain Selector Williams on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and elsewhere online as Selector Williams Live Uganda. Thank you very much. Always powered by CRK Planet. Goodbye.